Alright, in this video I'm going to show you, well, I'm basically going to demonstrate a few things to see how certain things work, and if they work and if they don't work. I'll tell you a couple of things what you should do, and various other things. Basically, first thing, show you that shortcuts work, software works basically, and yeah, this works. If I analyze, that should search a load of things, and it'll tell me how much junk files can be removed. And it's 62 megabytes, but that's fine. Anything else? Steam, yep, that loaded up perfectly fine. Just simple things like that. If they don't load up, there's usually only a very simple problem. It's not usually too difficult to fix. Like before in one of the other videos, compatibility modes, try and use that at first. If that doesn't work, then the company who made the documents probably has forums, and use those forums to get help, or just use Google to find your answer basically. The one folder directory, once again, make sure it works, opens the place it's supposed to. That works perfectly fine. Yeah, that runs. Server folder, yep, opens perfectly fine. Folders don't usually break at all, but if you do right click it and go to properties, you can actually share it on like your network if you've got all the right settings on it, and you can allow permissions on certain accounts. There's only one on here, so that's fine. And you can optimize it for certain things. It's basic things like that, and just make sure all those things work. Just rename it. You can hide it. Personal reasons, most likely. Desktop shortcuts. Sorry. Make sure they work. I've just shown you not just then that pretty much everything works, so it's all good. I've already done a video for a printer, which is already up, so that's good. Another one is to check your time and date. What you need to do is go here and change time and date settings. Then you can change it here if you want to. You need to be on an admin account to change it. You don't have to be on an admin account to change time zones. You can have additional clocks for different countries if you really want to. And then there's internet time. You click that and it'll set it to, well, basically the internet clock, which is the correct time. So that's pretty much about it for those little demonstrations. And for a higher grade, I have to show you how to improve performance on a computer system, and I have quite a few pieces of software that show me that. Not too many, because you don't really need that many, but that's good, so you don't have to use up all your memory downloading software. What I'd recommend to get rid of junk files and various other files that your computer just basically doesn't need, but I'd make sure you look through these options before you start taking stuff away, because you might see save passwords. You tick that, so it'll give you a warning. That's another good thing about this program. It's a warning about passwords. You'll lose any saved password if you select this option after you've run the cleaner. So I want to untick that, because I obviously want to keep my own passwords. You can delete cookies, history, temporary files that you don't need at all, and it's for system, and there's a lot of other advanced things. I'd recommend keeping that unticked, because it does take a very long time for that to go through. I have no idea why. Applications is something here as well. You can tick a few of these if you really want to. That's pretty much about it. It's very simple to use. You can upgrade the Pro. I've only got a free version, and I've heard the Pro version's pretty good. It'll also show a couple of your main specs for your computer. We're in the 64-bit version of this, Windows 8 Pro, i7, all that other good stuff. And yeah, this is really good. And what you undo is analyze it, and it'll analyze all those files, all the application files as well. And it can show you what you can delete without deleting any sort of software or personal files. And I've only just recently run this, so there isn't much to be removed, so that's fine. And usually when I've recommended this to two people, it has done them a good job. Like, it's done very well in improving performance because it gets rid of a load of junk files, so that's really good. This software can help speed up your system, but another thing is to defrag your system every so often. And I tried to search for the defrag before, but I couldn't find it. I'm not sure why, but there is other pieces of software to defrag, and basically what that does is it brings all files together that should basically be together, so your system can find those files easier. And that won't remove any of your personal files or anything around, so don't worry about that. It's good to defrag, have it check every month to see what it's on. I'd usually recommend defragging it if it's 10% or higher, or if you just defrag it anyway to keep it on the minimum, that's perfectly fine. And it will, like I said, it will speed up your system. This should be a big difference, because you won't have all this software clogging up your startup. And that's another thing. Startup here, you can check what you have enabled on startup. I mean, a lot of things here, look, high impact, high impact, high impact. That basically means that all this software will slow down the system, but that's fine for me because it's not really a problem. But for other computers, that could be a problem. So what you want to do is, if you got software that you don't want starting out, you just right click it, disable. Simple as that, and it'll make your system a lot quicker. And there's a more basic version to see what you've got there instead of looking through all of this and getting confused. But yeah, that's another thing. And that's pretty much about it. That's a couple of tools in Windows that I've used, and Piriform CCleaner. Search that up. It's really good. It's safe as well, so don't worry. And one last thing for a further grade, I can recommend improvements for your computer. Now, this can be quite difficult because it depends on the person, and here's a piece of software I look at to check what's going on my computer. It shows you temperatures on your computer and many things like that. It really does depend on what you should upgrade. Depends what your computer is or what you use it for. You could need a new graphics card. It might not be very up to date. It might be old, so you might have to get a new graphics card. It could also be your processor and your socket type. So like, if you got an old socket type, 1155 and 2011, like the modern ones for Intel gaming. 1155 focus more on i5s. They have a few i7s, and 2011 is completely i7 and i7 Extreme. I think they're both Ivy Bridge and Sandy Bridge. Sandy Bridge is the better one. That's all you need to know. It's more expensive though. And RAM. If you got a gaming computer, I have 16 gigabytes, but that's fine. At 1866 megahertz. But if you've got about 4, you should probably upgrade to 8. 4 in some cases, like, it's fine, but it's taking up all your memory and you can't really do anything else. Like, if you've got other monitors like me, then it can be quite a strain on your system. Your processor as well. Processor's a key component. You have to check that as well. It can be as simple as your hard drive. Your hard drive might be old. Mine's okay. I'd probably upgrade it though, because it's not the fastest one in the world. Check your motherboard, things like that. Check your peripherals, which is cool. This is very, very helpful. I'll check your network, what type of network you have. Yeah. If you do upgrade your system, if you do get new parts like RAM, GPU, PSU, the PSU is a power supply unit, you should get quite a big performance increase. Otherwise you wouldn't be upgrading if you weren't. That's another thing. Check before you upgrade. If you're out of date, if you've got DDR2 and you get DDR3 RAM, then it's not going to help, is it? So that's another thing. If you got DDR2, you should probably upgrade to DDR3 because it's very out of date now, and DDR2 RAM doesn't get made no more, so it'll be hard to find that and it'll be very expensive. So keep up to date all the time. Have a look on a few websites. Like if you're trying to play a game, look on Can I Run It, then it'll show you the minimum specifications and the highest one to see how far you get through those specs, and that's pretty much about it. Cost is also a problem. Depending on your budget, depends on what type of upgrade you can get. RAM's probably the cheapest upgrade you can get. Then hard drive. Actually, depending on what graphics card you get, it can be cheaper or more expensive. Some graphics cards can be very expensive. Processors can be very expensive indeed. Graphics cards, if you get one of the higher end ones like me, it's going to cost you a lot of money, like 300-400 quid. And the motherboards can cost quite a bit, especially 2011 ones. The cheapest one you can get is like 150 quid, and from there on out the better ones are like 400 quid plus, so it's quite ridiculous. So watch what you're doing. You make sure you get the right hardware to fit your case and many other things like that. So yeah, money's a problem. So if you do have low RAM, upgrade your RAM. I'd recommend 1366 megahertz as your lowest, but however, megahertz don't really make a difference, but it's better to have like a standard of 1366. That's pretty much a standard these days. Anything lower you should probably upgrade. Well, that's up to you. It's a very little performance increase, but yeah, just basic things like that. And your system should load up quicker and a lot more like that. That is pretty much about it.